Hi, so welcome to the live stream. So I'm going to be channeling Archangel Raphael. And just before we start, just to let you know, we have a new audio out, and that's on abundance. So that can be bought from the Gen site. And also, anyone who would like a transmission, a 5-minute transmission for the month of June, you can order that on the Archangel Raphael site, and they're choice of two types. So they're two different formats. So you can choose the one you'd like. And yes, I'm just going to let Archangel Raphael come in and speak through me. Hmm. I would like you to know that I'm seeing that there are many different types of beings on Earth at the moment, many different types of beings who are able to actually go forwards in ways which are very grounded. So I am giving you all this message because I would like you to know that there are many beings who have incarnated in order to bring a lot of order into the world. And they are not necessarily beings who are about the inner landscape, but they are about really being grounded on earth, going very deep into the light of oneness, but into very specific areas of life. And because of this, you will find that there will be major changes in areas of life which are perhaps considered in one way or another to be stuck in time. So there will be a lot going on around upgrading systems, structures, actually increasing the level of light in structures that you may have considered absolutely impossible to transform. And the reason I'm also giving you this message is because some of you here are involved with these structures. It may be, for example, that you have some kind of condition, health condition, and as a result, you are involved in being part of structures connected to healthcare that are perhaps very old fashioned in their approach, not very advanced in their understanding of health on a deeper level. All these structures are being transformed in this very moment by many beings who have incarnated for this purpose. So, what I want you to know is that if you are part of these structures, perhaps because you have to be, perhaps part of schooling systems because you have to be, because you have children and you have no other alternative, that you have to put them into the mainstream system that may seem very much again stuck in time with a lot of focus on certain aspects of life but not others. All these systems are going to be transformed, and it is happening now. So, to those of you who are concerned because of these structures, systems that you have to be involved in, do not be, because they are changing, and there are many people on earth, and they may not be about the same things you are about inwardly, but they are very advanced beings who have come in to make changes for others. And they may even be people who you know already, who are already part of your life. So again, it is to remind you that it is all taken care of in ways that you are not able to always tangibly see, but it is absolutely taken care of. I would also like to speak about what it really means to be in the light. And what I will say is that it is not about necessarily needing to be in a state of full enlightenment, being in a state where everything is okay, where there is only love and acceptance, where you are automatically going into a state of believing everyone is good by nature and accepting them for who they are on all levels without in any way having any sense of something being not right. It is not about simply staying in a state like this, believing everything is okay when it is not. Even going into a place where you may believe everything is perfect, even when it is very obviously not on a 3D level. Because these states, of course, they exist, where you are able to see things in this way, where everything is okay. Everything is just life playing out in order to ultimately evolve and get to a place where things are able to be in perfect balance and harmony. However, what I will say is that you are all on your individual paths of light. And within this, you have choices to make. You have things to clear. You have your own learnings. And for some of you, your learning is very much about being able to really notice when something is not right for you and notice when something is harmful, to be able to walk away, to be able to actually perhaps even speak up about injustices, perhaps to be the sort of person to help transform systems which are really very much out of alignment and causing harm. So, what I will say is, you all have your personal path of light, and it is not about going into an altered state and staying there and just noticing the beauty, perfection of all life, even if it is out of alignment. It is about being able to access these states. It is about being able to know that there is a much higher level of awareness that you are able to be in. But in order to get there, you have to go through your own karma and clear it. You have to really work with what is in front of you. And it is important in order to bring life into balance and harmony, to actually play your part in this, to not simply step back from life and observe it, but to actually play the part you have been given. And if your part is to transform something, then it is for you to do it. And it is to go very deep into this and do it in a way which is grounded, which is very much about engaging with what is around you. So it is a reminder to those of you who are tempted at times to just step away from life and observe it, to go into altered states and stay there, to believe that it is a perhaps superior path to not be part of life and to notice it, but in a way where you are seeing the perfection of it, the beauty only. It is good for you to know that this is an aspect of the oneness where it is really very much about being able to appreciate that there is perfection within imperfection. But then it is for you to play your part in bringing in harmony and balance, because life is perfect, because you are all here playing your part, making it what it is, making it more and more in alignment with the light of oneness. And that is why life is perfect, because you are here and you are in a physical form, able to do things, make things happen. So it is really important to remember this, that being grounded is very important, but also appreciating that not everything in life is about love and light. It is also about being able to really engage very deeply with the things that may be uncomfortable within you and around you. perhaps things which are very much connected to negative energies, hatred, anger, energies which perhaps have become very negative because of a lot of problems that have been there for a long time. And when people are acting out of hatred, anger, and very low negative emotions like this, there can be a lot of chaos that needs to be sorted out. And there needs to be an engagement with all of this in order to transform it, to really be with it, but be with it in a way where you have that intention to transform it. But what I'm also trying to say is that love and light is ultimately something that is the ultimate outcome, but it is not that every step you take is going to feel like love and light. That there may be some very messy energies, a lot to untangle, a lot to go through, moments that you feel the absolute opposite of this. So it is good for you to know this, that it is about engaging with all of this. It is about really being able to acknowledge this within yourselves. And ultimately, everything will become love and light. It is the ultimate destination for everyone. But there is a lot to be done, especially at this time. So, this message is for now, that these are really end times and new times. But in order for the new times to be fully grounded on earth, you have to go through everything that has been in a way which is both grounded, but also in a way where you are actually engaging with it in your inner landscape. But both are needed. And perhaps your path may not be to do the very grounded things, to make things very much about the earth, really bringing changes in on a very grounded level. But certainly your part will be about engaging deeply with the energies within. Or it may be the other way round, that your path may be about the very grounded physical things that need doing. But whatever it will be about engaging with what is there in front of you. And through this, actually, your life becomes better on all levels. So, a sure sign that you are engaging with what is things actually improve for you, actually, as well. So, it is good for you to know this. And also a reminder that many of you are already doing this, but some of you may have a tendency actually to avoid this. And when you do this, it is actually very much going against the flow of life, because life is very much at the moment about going deeper. It is really about engaging with what is. I would like to speak more now about perhaps things that you do not know about. It is good for you to know that everything in life is very much meant to be as it is on one level, in order for things to be shown to you. So life shows you things all the time. It shows you perhaps those who have more power than others. It shows you things which are perhaps very unjust. It shows you things which are very beautiful and aligned. It shows you things such as people who are really enjoying their lives, living their best lives, and that people like this exist. There are people who are really having a good time on earth and having the lives of their dreams. It shows you that there are people who have the total opposite to this and have no control over their lives, no money, no power, nothing, and that they are struggling to survive. It shows you also things about yourself, such as being perhaps in a certain position, being neglected by others, or being really given lots of attention by others. But whatever you are being shown, you are not shown it because it is the way that things are meant to be. You are shown it because you are being given a message that all of these things that you see around you are messages from the universe to show you how things are, and also the things that ultimately need to transform. And so when you are shown things, don't take it as a personal message. It is not that if you are shown that you are neglected or not really given much attention. It is not saying that that is your place in life. That is what you deserve. You are being shown that that is what needs attention. That is what you need to transform. So I would like to remind you that you are always getting messages, but these are not the sort of messages which are about ultimate truth, the way things should be. But these are messages showing you how much perhaps something is out of alignment. And if you can really see life like this, it feels a lot better, because then what you do is you focus on transforming life. You don't go into a state where you say, this is my lot, or this is just the way life is, or this is just how people are treated, or this is just how things have become and will stay. And through actually appreciating that you are receiving messages, because actually you may have a part to play in transforming these things, it gives you a sense actually of power. It gives you a good feeling actually to know that whatever you see, you can actually be a part of changing, even in a very small way. So remember this, have this kind of awareness that everything you see, you can make a difference with. So if you are noticing even a physical health condition in yourself, look at it with those eyes, that this is the condition. I can transform it. It is a message that this is what is going on, and I can change it. I may not know how, but I will be guided. The right things will happen for this to change. So that is a reminder to all of you. The final thing I want to talk about is how much you are all doing on Earth. So, some of you here are very active people. You do a lot, you get a lot done. And others here are perhaps a bit more inclined to sit back and just see what happens. Work on yourself in ways which are light-hearted and let life come to you. And what I will say is that you are both on the right track. Both types of people, you are on the right track. That those of you who are more active, it may be that it is your path to be like this. And those of you who are more passive and tend to sit back and let things happen in the right way at the right time, but not get too involved in taking action unless you really feel it inside. You are also doing the right thing. But what I will say is that it is ultimately about recognizing that everything is about energy, vibration. And some of you here, you change energy, transform your vibration through action. So the action you are actually taking may not necessarily always be bearing fruit, but each time you take action, for you it changes something, your energy, your vibration, until ultimately you get to where you would like to be. You arrive at your end goal, whatever that happens to be in the moment. And for others here, you work on your energy, and then as the energy within you transforms and the vibration does, the right things come to you at the right time. So, whatever your approach, it is right for you. But some people have a sense that those who are not taking action are not really doing what they need to make things happen. And also, there can be a judgment towards those who are very active and those of you who work a lot on your vibration and energy can believe that those who are more active are not really doing things efficiently because they are not focused on their vibration energy. But I would like to remind you that everything ultimately works for you when you are really following your own inner being. And some people are transforming themselves through meditation, inner work, and others through action. But it is all going to get to the same place. So it is a reminder, do whatever you prefer, and neither is better than the other. Only that if you are always engaging in some inner work, it does create more of what you want faster. And so it can be useful for everyone to do a certain degree of inner work. But it is also not absolutely necessary if you are taking action and as you do, having the intention to clear your energy, to change your vibration. And if you do it with this intention, it really works. So it is a reminder to all of you about this. And also a reminder that ultimately, if your focus really is on transformation on a level of your soul, if you are focused on this from within, then whatever you do will actually have this impact on you. But it is when people pursue outer goals, so when they lose connection with themselves and pursue outer goals as their destination in life, that is when there can be problems. But as long as you keep your focus on the inside and then do things, it is working just as well as spending lots of time doing inner work but not being so active. So it is a reminder about this. I would like to speak briefly about the week ahead. The week ahead will be a gentle one, not necessarily anything very interesting, but it will be a very gentle week where there may be times you feel very much you can go deeper and really relax, enjoy life, feel good. Perhaps you may even feel a bit like you can have a bit of a break. But it is that sort of week where it is gentle, not so intense, and will give some of you some much needed rest, especially because the energies have been very strong lately. That is all. Hmm. Yeah, so thank you everyone for being part of this. And yes, wishing you a really good week ahead and lots of love to all of you.